joined by the legend himself, Hall of Famer, John McEnroe, joining us at the On Tennis Channel desk. It's great to see you, as always, John. This is the first time you're here, not as the captain. So what's that like for you?
Well, first of all, thank you for the intro and bringing London right into it, because the first four didn't go so well. And that was monumental for us to get over the hump and I think give this event even more credibility, because I was starting to feel a little bit like the Washington Generals playing, the Globetrotters. So that was an awesome event, especially, obviously, Roger playing that match. They had match point, him and Rafa. And then we won, and it was like, oh, why didn't Roger and Rafa win? Did they win enough? They did okay. Okay, don't worry about them. We got one lousy stinking point, so we can win this. As far as me being here, not being the captain, it's just about to start happening. But I'll tell you, it's a lot less stressful. It's a lot of fun to be in that locker room, though. You can't beat it. I had a whale of a time doing it. A chance to be with the boys for a week. My great buddy Bjorn Borg on the other side. So I want to thank Roger Federer for, not the last time probably, for coming up with the idea, but then having me and Bjorn do it.
Well, why does this work? I mean, you were as you say, you were the first captain, and we've had, we see singles, we see Davis Cup where you play for your country. This is something different, but it works. Why? We were a little unsure of how well it would work, and I think people wanted to diss it at first. John, that I was big in Davis Cup. My parents always wanted to represent the countries. Davis Cup's like, what's going on with that? The team event. I missed that. So when they came up with this idea, sort of to be like tennis's version of the Ryder Cup, where it would be just 1 week, say, every other year, and it's turned out it's every year, but the original idea was, I think, 3 out of 4 years, and then the fourth year would be the Olympics. So try to figure out a way to bring this team concept together and bring the best of the best. And I think that's what they've been able to accomplish. It would be a damn shame that if in 10, 20 years, and I'm no longer captain, so I have no axe to grind, I hope and pray that our Babe Ruth of tennis, who's Rod Laver, this event lives on for a long time. Say more there, because way before this event, you talked Rod Laver up any chance you got. What should the public know about Rod Laver?
Rod Laver is, a little bit like the opposite of me. He wasn't totally extroverted. I was introverted, John, when I grew up. So I could relate to being a fellow lefty. I try to copy his game. He was the first guy to me that could do everything on a tennis court. You're like, wow, this is amazing. I was probably 10, 11. They started showing tennis on TV, that WCT. Tennis was opening up. He was absolutely huge for us, playing those. You remember those huge winner-take-alls? You know how much are they for? $10,000. They sell out Madison Square Garden or this event here where the Golden State Warriors may get 10 grand. So, as we've said in tennis, we've come a long way. But Rod was just, representative of something sort of almost bigger than the sport, and someone that the trailblazer term is often used, but it's so true with these guys. I mean, imagine he wins the Grand Slam, all 4 of them. He's 24 years old or whatever he is. He's got a kid. Can't make any money. They don't pay you any money, so he's got to turn pro. Well, you know what that means? If you don't know, I'm going to tell you. You can't play the Grand Slams. 5 years he played none. How many would he have won? The big question. So he would have won quite a few, though. And then to be able to come back and do it again after tennis opened up in '68 and win the Slam in '69. Don Budge, who was great also, by the way, used to come up to me and go, when you play Yvonne Lendl, do you think maybe you should come up more up the middle of the court? And I'm like, well, I've lost him a bunch of times in a row, so maybe you're on to something. And he loved to be around it. And Rod's the same way. And I met him when I was 15, 16. I was playing a junior event in Dallas. That's where the big boys played. I was like, oh, my God, my idol. This is incredible. My arm's half the size, but I don't care. He had that Popeye-size arm. So I'm so glad that we're able to sort of show our respect in this way for him.
Yeah, one of the great things about this event is we get to honor the legends, and then we saw the big 4 all on one team. Now the young guys get to play in front of Roger Federer, somebody they grew up really, looking up to. Somebody right now, Carlos Alcaraz, #1 in the world. What makes him so special?
How much time do we got?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's really, I've watched tennis for 50 years, longer in a way. And obviously, we went through a period I idolized Rod. I just said that. I got to play against Bjorn Borg, Jimmy Connors, Yvonne Leno, my three greatest rivals. Along came these nobodies. What's her name? Becker Edberg, Agassi, Sampras. You're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then to top it off, you get Roger, Rafa, and Novak. And you're like, I'm looking at the three greatest players that ever lived. And suddenly, somehow, along comes this other guy from Spain. Remember seeing him, he was probably 17. Hey, this guy's got some talent. That guy's pretty quick out there. I never in my wildest dreams, I'll tell you, of all the players I've ever watched, at this age, I've never seen a player this good, this complete, the last 2-3 years. And with that damn smile that you have, I'm very jealous of that, okay?
And the blonde hair.
It's just, well, the blonde hair's, I don't know about that one, but whatever he wants, I'm happy with. Thank God for Carlos Alcaraz, what he's bringing to the table. I have a tennis academy the last 15 years. And the young kids, they always want, like you said, emulate the big boys. And I'm hoping that they're going to look at Carlos and what he does and how he loves to be aggressive and move forward, because we lost a lot of that. You don't see the volleying that much. But I think that's going to change because of him. So you talk about a breath of fresh air when we desperately needed it, when we thought, oh, my God, what are we going to do? These three guys are finished. 2 quit and Novak looks human all of a sudden. So to have him and Yannick come in, and now the other guys got to chase and try to catch up, it's really awesome.
And we'll see Carlos in action tonight in doubles. He does it with such joy, and it is always such a joy to spend time with you, John.
Steve, thanks for having me. John, good seeing. Have fun this weekend.